Good morning, everybody. So hey, have you guys noticed the more weight you lose, the colder you get? It's like I am freezing lately. I mean, seriously. But it's funny because my girlfriend reminded me yesterday. She goes, "Remember when you were heavy, and you were hot all the time, you were always wearing tank tops?" I was like, "Yeah, I hated that. I hated that. I couldn't have wore sweatshirts back then because yeah, I was always hot." So it's interesting because at least now I get to layer clothes. I get to wear clothes that I couldn't wear before. So not a bad thing, right? So my weight loss this week kind of freaked me out. It was 4.5 pounds, and it was only in 6 days because I weighed early. And I was like, wow, because I've only been losing 2 to 3 pounds a week because as I get lighter, I'm losing less weight per week. So 4.5 pounds in 6 days. I was like, wow, that's cool. So I've got my food so dialed in that I eat my protein, whatever my plant-based protein is going to be, with like a bunch of broccoli, or my protein with a bunch of cauliflower, or my protein with a bunch of lettuce, or my protein with, see what I'm saying? It's just a protein and a vegetable. And I'm full. I still make some high protein bread that's really nothing to it. It's pea protein, psyllium husk, baking powder, some just egg. I mean, it's just really simple, right? I still make that, and we eat that like toast with avocado on it sometimes. We still do eat our avocados and green olives for our fats, but we're just not eating as much as we were. And I say we as in me and my husband, who has lost over 50 something pounds himself. I mean, he's looking good, guys. He's looking good. Um, People have noticed our weight loss, and like one of our kids is like, wow, I want to do what you guys are doing. So we're like, that's cool. We're making an example for people. This is so easy, guys. It's so easy now. When I started this, the first 2 months that I was doing this, I was, oh my God, the first 2 months were almost hard. They were like hard, incredibly hard, because I was trying to figure out what plant-based proteins I could eat that would give me the biggest bang. I needed the least amount of carbs and the highest amount of protein. That took me a while to dial that in. Then it was what vegetables are the lowest carbs that I can eat the most of so I can actually be full. Because we had decided we were only going to eat one meal a day. The reason for that being, I was so insulin resistant, and every single time you eat, you set off your insulin, right? And I was so insulin resistant that if I ate more than once a day, my insulin just stayed high. And I just stayed high and stayed high. And finally, I've got my insulin down. My insulin's low. My blood sugars are low every day. My ketones are right where I want them. And I'm burning fat like crazy. It took me a while to get that dialed in. Everybody has to dial it in for themselves. If there's specific things you can do to get it dialed in, one of the things you have to do is you have to get a meter. I mean, I tell everybody this, and people are just like, why do I have to check? I check my blood and my ketones every day. You have to have the meter, and you have to check these things because you won't know where you're at if you don't. I mean, I suppose there's physical ways you can tell, because there's definitely physical ways you can tell once you get there. But in the beginning, if I wouldn't have that meter to help me get on track, I don't think I could have done this. Just being totally honest about it. And I know, I have a lot of vegan friends, and they eat the high starch, low fat way, and it works for them. It works for most of them, not all of them, but it works for most of them. It didn't work for me. For 5 years, I just steadily kept gaining weight, trying to do the high starch thing. Don't think I don't miss my high starch days. I miss corn, I miss rice, I miss potatoes, I miss butternut squash, beets. There's tons of things I miss about being low carb, but I know that this isn't going to last forever. I'm down to in the 170s right now, 170s and 160s. I kind of bounce back and forth right now, but I'm not really that worried about not ever being able to eat those carbs, because I have two people right now in our group that I have developed a maintenance plan for. One of the girls has been in maintenance for about 6 weeks. She's lost 2 more pounds, but she's able to eat baked potatoes. She's eating rice. She's enjoying all those things again, right? And she's still maintaining. The other girl is her weight has stayed the same, so she's maintained, and she's added all those things back to her food. So I know that insulin resistance can be kind of turned around, and you can eat those things again, but you got to get down to the weight you want to be first. You got to get there before you can do that. Okay, then you go into maintenance, and then you start adding the foods back that you love, and you see how they affect your body. Having a glucose meter helps you with that, because you can see how far it sends your blood sugars up. You can see how far it knocks your ketones down. You can just track it, okay? The keto meter I use, if you guys want to know what it is, it's Keto Mojo. It does your blood glucose and your ketones in one machine. So simple that way. Um, so anyway, this is, I believe, week 18 or maybe 19. Oh my God, the weeks are flying by now. I remember the first few weeks when I was doing this, the first 2 months I was doing this, oh my God, they were so hard. I had such a hard time figuring out what my plant-based protein was going to be, what my lowest carb vegetables were going to be. Oh, it was so hard. So in the group that we have on Facebook, I've made it easy for everybody. I have a document in there for all your high proteins, and it lists every single vegan protein I could find, and it has the amounts of protein and the amounts of net carbs in it. Then I listed all the lowest carb veggies, and it has all the lowest carb, how much they are and everything. Oh, I've made it simple for you guys. It wasn't simple for me when I started. There was a lot of work creating those documents, but you know what? Done with love. I want you guys to not have to suffer as much as I did in the beginning. A lot of people think that, and I have said myself, that being a vegan, doing vegan, keto, low carb is harder than regular, and I still stand by that. But it's not hard once you get into the swing of it. Once you get going with it, please, it gets easy. It gets really easy because you don't crave sugar after a few weeks. I'm shocked. I've been a sugarholic my whole entire life, a sugar addict. Chocolate, sugar, desserts, cakes, pies, especially cakes. I love cake. And now all of a sudden, oh, there's a little bird outside of my window. He's looking at my window at my plant and squeaking. Anyway, that was cute. So I never thought that I would be able to willingly and easily give up sweets. And once I went cold turkey and gave up the sweets, I never wanted them again after about 3 or 4 weeks. I don't desire desserts anymore. I'm not missing them, craving them, or anything. It's just, will I ever have dessert again? I don't know if I'll ever have real sugar again because I don't never want to get caught back up in that whole addiction thing with the sugar again. And sugar is highly addictive for me. I'm one of those people. I just can't have it. It's like I smoked for 38 years. I quit almost 12 years ago. I can't have a drag of a cigarette because I'll become a smoker again. And I know that because the first couple of years I quit, I kept messing and trying to have that, and it's impossible for me. I think sugar is going to be the same way for me, but I'm okay with it. If I don't ever get to have real sugar again, I'm okay with that. I can live without it. So it's been a good week. My husband's doing really well. You guys just see him. He's lost 50 something pounds and he is looking hot. I mean, he's looking hot and people are noticing. We're having an effect on the people around us. One of our kids now wants to do what we're doing. So we're setting the example that we've always wanted to set for our children. It's amazing. Life is amazing right now. Things are going really well for us. I feel better than I have felt for a long time. Even after having a stroke a little over a year ago, I'm almost fully recovered. Still have a little bit of slurring of my words. I hear it myself. So yeah, you guys don't have to tell me again. I know, I can hear it. But my leg's doing better. I managed to walk to the river and back the other day. Woohoo! I was very excited because that was a brand new thing, walking to the river and back with no kind of aid whatsoever. So that was a big thing for me. That was really exciting. So and I have started back with some lightweight lifting, just really light. I could only do 2 and 5 pounds because I still have some problems with this one arm. But it's exciting to be able to get back into the swing of things. And my outlook on everything is just way more positive. I'm way more excited about things and just good things coming down the road. And I see myself being at goal, if not by my birthday, the end of May, which I had hoped for, and I'm not quite sure I'm going to make that, but by the summer at least. Our boat's going to be ready this summer. My husband's almost got the boat ready. We got like a little mini yacht. I can't wait to be on the boat. I'm going to do some live videos on the yacht. It's going to be great. But yeah, it's going to be a fun summer. It's going to be a fun summer. We're going to be we're going to be lighter than we've been for years. It's going to be a good summer. Good summer on the boat. So I'll be showing you guys more as we go. Have a good day, you guys. Bye.